Chapter 17 Abracadabra. A second after the blue aurora had completely covered Die Glocke, Heinrich and Dr. Malberg watched as the Die Glocke disappeared right before their eyes. Dr. Malberg spun on the spot to face his subordinate. "Heinrich, what just happened?" Heinrich, completely caught off guard, frantically reviewed the meters and dials before him. None of it made any sense. The power levels were stable, the temperatures were within limits. Nothing should have been out of the ordinary, yet Die Glocke had clearly disappeared. "Sir, I am not sure. It is totally unexpected." In what was thought to be the extremely unlikely situation that Die Glocke actually worked, Dr. Malberg had installed a radio frequency tracker. It was a self-powered device and capable of working for up to 96 hours. Relaying its position in 3 dimensions, the intention was the tracker could be used to locate Die Glocke anywhere on Earth. Its inclusion was about to be tested. "Is the radio locator functioning?" asked Dr. Malberg. Heinrich's eyes went straight to the area of the control panel that housed the locator base station and frantically scanned each and every status output. "The locator is switched on. There is a faint signal from the tracer." "Excellent. Where is Die Glocke, Heinrich?" "It's hard to say, sir," replied Heinrich, trying to interpret the location information. Dr. Malberg had no patience and demanded something. "What do you mean, Heinrich? There are only so many possibilities, surely?" Not wanting to risk Die Glocke any further, Heinrich hit the scram button. Within a couple of seconds of the power being cut, the blue aurora started to collapse. As the electromagnetic structure fizzled out, Die Glocke snapped back into focus. Replacing the aurora, a white cloud rose above Die Glocke. Without knowing its temperature, Dr. Malberg was unsure if it were hot or cold. What had Die Glocke experienced in its brief absence? Either way, Dr. Malberg was quietly ecstatic to see Die Glocke reappear on its stand. Pressing an "Open Communication" button, he barked an order. "Perform a complete review of Die Glocke. We must understand what just happened." A flurry of people sprang into action. Moving in tight groups, all functions of the DG-001 were set upon. "Heinrich, please go and supervise the investigation of Die Glocke. I trust no one but you." It took a second for Heinrich to move upon hearing Dr. Malberg's instruction, as it was completely out of character. Not only had his superior heavily commended his ability, but he had said, "Please." Why Dr. Malberg had chosen this moment to show this level of gratitude, Heinrich was unsure. Perhaps it had simply been a result of genuine fear for Die Glocke. "Sir, yes, sir. Consider it done." Donning some basic safety equipment, Heinrich headed straight to Die Glocke. He had no idea what he might find, but precautions still needed to be observed. Circumnavigating the stand on which Die Glocke was standing, Heinrich carefully took in each and every detail. As he reached the far side of his loop, Heinrich spotted something stuck to the side of Die Glocke. Looking at it more closely, it appeared to be a glove that had had a particularly hard last few seconds prior to ending up stuck to Die Glocke. Its discovery immediately annoyed Heinrich, as someone had clearly been tardy in their duties. Anything that could be proved or even suspected to have adversely affected the experiment would be a source of considerable discomfort. Heinrich stuffed the glove in one of his overalls pockets. He would keep this to himself and try to work out what happened. When the experiment was next run, Heinrich would be more than familiar with who had made such a fundamental error of judgment.